I probably won't lie if I tell you that dating is more important in Eastern Europe than anything. Money, career, personal development, it all can go straight up to trash bin if you have a romantic relationship on the horizon. In Western countries, romance is an addition to a great life. In Eastern Europe, romance is the life itself, and I can kind of understand if it's a serious relationship, you're waiting for a child or something. But Eastern Europeans at the age of 13 are just striving to get a girl or a boy and nothing else matters to them. Some will grow this period and some don't. It's not uncommon to see a 25-year-old dude who has nothing, who's depressed, who works a dead-end job and all he wants is to get a girl, and sometimes it's not even 25-year-olds, sometimes it's like 35-40 years of age guys who think that getting a girl will fix everything. And I'm not gonna argue that people like this also exist in other places, but Eastern Europe carries just too many young men and women who are focused only on being in relationships, like nothing else matters, and is the cure to their shitty life. And of course the dating process itself is very different in Eastern Europe. What can you expect from a conservative environment like this? Of course, playing your gender role. Male is a masculine, rich giga-chad, even if you're 14 years old with mom's money in the pockets, and female is a girl who wants her man to pay for everything and treat her like a queen. Of course there are exceptions, of course there are different situations, but what doesn't change in Eastern Europe is that man pays no matter what. In Western Europe and Western countries in general, men can pay for the first date, maybe not. Maybe even the first date will be 50-50, but most of the dates after that in the relationships itself are mostly equal and spread 50% by 50%. While in the East, man needs to come up with ideas for dates, man needs to ask girl out, man needs to obviously pay, and man needs to be the initiator in the relationship. And it doesn't mean that males are dictators. No, it's simply the form of relationship and the roles everybody is happy with. Man is the main one in the relationship and woman is just there with him, and both guys and girls seem satisfied playing these roles, so much that if your relationship is 50-50, the man in such relationship is considered weak and the girl pretty manly. What do I think? I think it should be totally normalized, and it's a healthy relationship concept to have everything 50-50. If both sides want a relationship equally, why then the relationship isn't equal itself? And if both sides don't want it equally, I don't think anyone should even be in such relationships where one side wants it more than the other. That's one of the things in Eastern Europe as well. People just cannot understand that the other person can just be not interested. Instead, if a girl tells a guy no, it means he doesn't try hard enough. What the fuck? Why you should ever fight for a relationship, especially if the other person doesn't like you? You can't make someone like you, even if they will eventually agree to date you. It won't be real. And why do you want a fake relationship? But Eastern Europeans just seem to never get it. I've seen so much examples when a girl either straight up tells a guy that she doesn't want a relationship with him, or just shows that she's not really interested. And the guy is like, oh damn, what do I tell her to convince her to date me? Come on dude, if a girl likes you, she'll show you interest and you won't have to make her talk to you. I'm sure such cases also happen in other countries, but I just don't see how some Eastern Europeans are straight up dependent on getting a relationship. As I said, for some, that's all they see, all they want, and the only thing they spend their time on. And I've already touched on this point, but so many guys, especially guys, don't want to work on themselves, on improving their own life. All they want is to get a girl, and in Eastern part of Europe is specifically popular because we were raised and lived in the environment that showed and told us that having a family and having children is a necessity, not an option, not an addition, a necessity. And I think that's what built up this idea that having a romantic relationship is the main goal of life in so many guys' minds. And it's definitely good for a system that sees people just as a resource, and the more people there are, the more workers the system will have, just like USSR, you know? And while in post-Soviet countries the system itself has changed in the better direction, the idea of having a family and children as a necessity still lives in people's minds, and that's why I think so many guys around here see relationship as the only thing they need, the only thing they're willing to work for, and they fixed all their problems. It can go as far as becoming obsessed with one girl for life. I've seen, I think, a 45-year-old dude here on a bus who was watching a video how to get your ex back or something like how to behave so she would crawl back to you. And damn, there is so much people people like that here who just cannot let X go, who sees it as their only goal. And you know, it kind of makes sense. People in Eastern Europe have very boring, very gray, very repetitive lives. And you know what gives excitement to your life? Even if you yourself don't understand it, a challenge, a goal you need to work towards. And since peeps in Eastern Europe don't have anything like that in their daily lives and don't set goals or challenges for themselves consciously, when they see a goal in getting their ex back, it excites them. And to be honest, it's kinda actually a big problem, because those who have this problem and want to get a girlfriend really badly don't see that it's a problem. Even the opposite. They see it as a good thing, because all their life society told them that having a family is a necessity. And now they want to have it, but they don't see the problem in wanting it so badly that it becomes the only focus of their life. When if you didn't achieve success both career-wise and self-wise yet, I don't think having a romantic relationship should be your main goal whatsoever. Take those two I mentioned and work on them. But of course, I don't see any problems in dating or anything like that in general, but when that's all you strive in life, that's for me a problem. And in Eastern Europe, this is common.